Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you were running on empty? Like no matter how much you achieve anything, you feel empty? Or how many people that you surround yourself with, or how successful you have been on any matter, but something still feels missing? You're not alone. I, among so many other people in the world, some of the most powerful, some of the most successful, and some of the most driven people that I've worked with in this world, athletes, CEOs, executive leaders, celebrities, politicians, different thought leaders, they all hit a point, and we all hit a point where we realize that even money or success or celebrity status does not fill the void. Even the love of others as well. I know that's tough to hear. It doesn't fill that void. But can I tell you what does? A relationship. Now, not just any kind of relationship, but a relationship with someone greater than yourself. I've come to realize, to be honest, that so many of us spend our lives chasing external success, more money, more women, more men, different kinds of relationships, material things. We're talking bigger cars, bigger houses, fancier cars, bags, shoes, hair. And yet, if we don't have that strong spiritual foundation, I mean the connection with God, who I call Him, then everything else is like building a skyscraper on sand. It looks good on the outside, but when the storm comes, it comes crashing down. And a lot of us feel that way. Honestly, it doesn't matter what background you come from, what you believe in, what stage of life you're in right now, or what you have been able to achieve. When you build a relationship with God, I call Him God, you call Him Allah, source, light, universe, I call Him God. When you build that relationship with God, something in you unlocks, and it unlocks something deeper than motivation. You tap into your purpose. You shift from not just surviving, you shift to thriving. Let's start this new conversation. It's not about rules. It's not about religion, but it's about this deep, meaningful relationship I'm talking about. Because when you connect with the source of all strength, all wisdom, all knowing, and all love, you stop relying on your own limited power, because we all have limited power as beings, and that honestly changes everything. Now I want you to stay with me, because in the next few minutes we're going to deep dive into why your relationship with God is the foundation for a powerful, unstoppable, and fulfilling life. Let's go, okay? But before we go any further, have you liked this video yet? If you haven't, please stop now and like the video, because it will mean a lot to me, and I can create more videos to help you in whatever area of life you need. Also, I would love you to subscribe so you are the first to know when my videos drop, and I want you to share me with others. Thank you. Now, what is driving your life? Is it fear or is it faith? Most people operate from either of these two. Either you're driven by fear or you're driven by faith. Some people are afraid of fear of rejection, the fear of failure, they're not enough, or you're led by faith, which brings peace, which brings clarity, and which brings purpose. I used to be so afraid of so many things, but now I've moved to a place of faith, because I realize that fear is limiting. It keeps you stuck in survival mode. You're constantly second guessing yourself, and you're always playing small. But faith, on the other hand, is expansive. It gives you the confidence to take action, to step into your greatness, even when you can't see the full picture. The world tells you you need to figure it all out and see everything before you start. But God says, trust in me and I will guide your path. Proverbs 3 says, the most powerful people in history, guys, leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, CEOs, have something in common. And that thing is that they operate with a higher belief system. They don't just rely on their own strengths. They tap into something so much greater. And that's the truth with what happens with faith or fear. When you're afraid, and they say fear is false expectations appearing real, isn't it? It is. Because it's a false expectation, but it seems real because you have created such a deep picture to tell yourself that this is real when it isn't. The same energy you use to fear is the same energy you use to faith it. Because faith is the same thing, is that you have created another picture that is so empowering and so inspiring, and it draws you and makes you bigger and makes you excited about wanting to achieve it. It's the same imagination that you're using, one to catastrophize, the other one to create something really, really powerful. And a lot of us find ourselves in that place of fear because it's a learned behavior. We were taught how to fear everything. Don't go there, oh, they will scatter you. Don't go there, you will hurt yourself. Don't jump there, oh, you will fall down. So our parents, because of the fear that was put in them, they put the same fear in us. But then, it goes way back to when, of course, we were hunters and gatherers. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. There was a lot of, you needed fear to be able to stop you from doing some of the things that you're doing. For example, going on up to the top of a building and flying down. If you were not afraid, a lot of people would have died by now. It's like people that cross the road, they say, look left, look right, and look left again. Now, if you were devoid of fear, because a lot of people think, no, scratch fear, throw down fear. No, we're not saying throw fear away, but use it in the way that it's needed to be used, which is to help guide you. It's like a system in your body, like a software in your body telling you, okay, you have gone a little bit further than you should have gone, step back. Sometimes it's that you have not learned enough for this thing that you're about to embark on. And so you start to feel some jitters in your stomach. It's okay to be afraid. Courage, they say, is not the absence of fear, but is doing it regardless of the fear. So we're not eliminating fear. We're saying stop catastrophizing and creating a future that is painful, that does not exist. I got a message not too long ago, maybe actually today before this recording, that really should have put me in a state of fear. Let's start from there, and catastrophizing and seeing problems and all of that. But the moment I got the message, because I've learned so much that I can change my reality just by the thoughts that I think, I didn't dwell on it at all. In fact, I got a couple of calls, but I just said, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Not because I can't talk about it, but because I refuse to feed it any energy. And I choose to focus on what it could be telling me, the lessons I can learn from it, and how to move on. I didn't get here today, however. It's something that I have grown over time to just tell myself, look, you're not in control of what's happening around you. You can create, you can plan, you can visualize, you can do all those things, but life will life, right? And God also has a bigger plan for you as well. So if God has a bigger plan for you, who am I to stop it? So when I heard the news and I got the message, I smiled and I said to myself, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. And the minute I said that, a smile came upon my face and I felt such a peace, because I know this too well, that nothing happens by chance. Now, what did I tap into? Faith. That's exactly what I tapped into. Faith. And I just said to God, I said, I trust you too much to be worried. You have looked after me for 45 years of my life. You're not going to stop now. And I said, I trust you, and I put it in your hands. Whatever I need to learn here, I will learn. If this is time for me to move on to other things that maybe I might not have moved on to just because, then I'm happy with the time as well. Does it seem like a setback? Maybe, but for a brief second. But guess what? I'm only going to go back to come back even better. And all of us can do that. Once again, it didn't happen overnight, I promise you. It's taking me years to be able to get here. But years of trusting. Remember, I mentioned God and my relationship and your relationship with God. Yeah. It's the only thing that can give you the peace that you desire. It's the only thing that can give you the calm and the bliss that you desire. Because everything is happening, but the name you give something is what that thing takes form in. And so I choose to give everything beautiful names. so that I focus on that and stay in that space, and then my experiences stay beautiful. Now, I've got some exercises that I can also share with you to help you. Today, I want you to get a journal, okay? And I want you to take 5 minutes to write down what's one major area of your life where fear is holding you back on. One thing, okay? Write it down. And then the second challenge would then be a faith action challenge. I want you to take one bold action this week that requires faith, whether it's an opportunity, applying for an opportunity, having a tough conversation with somebody, or just like me, surrendering a situation to God. Would you do it? So here's your call to action for today. I want you to drop faith over fear in the comments below. If you're ready to trust God more than you ever have, drop that in the comment below. One bold step you can also take is book a session with me. Let me teach you what I've learned to be able to help you also in living in faith and understanding what fear is, which is just your friend. My name is Adiola Kingsley James. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share me with other people. God bless.